at 4 on this election day. It is finally here, and you still have 4 hours to vote.
That's right. I waited about 35 minutes at my polling place today in Fitchburg, but it was good to see a lot of turnout, and everybody was patient and polite, and shout out to all the poll workers today.
That was huge.
Doing a great job.
I walked right in, but I went at 9 o'clock.
That must have been the sweet spot.
Yeah, there's other people waiting, but it was good. So, well, of course, that's our headlines today. The race for governor is finally coming to an end as incumbent Tony Evers faces off against his Republican challenger, Tim Michels.
Senator Ron Johnson faces off against Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes today.
And we take a look at turnout in Wisconsin, taking a particular interest in Dane County. But first, the day has finally come. It is Election Day 2022, and we have live across-the-board coverage for you from all of the major campaigns taking place in the state tonight.
We're live from the Evers, Michels, Barnes, and Johnson campaigns. We'll be providing you with the most comprehensive coverage throughout the evening tonight and maybe even possibly into tomorrow.
But first, voting was paused for 30 minutes in West Bend today after a man pulled a knife at a polling location. At about 12:35, police officers responded to a call from the West Bend Library to a man armed with a knife demanding for staff to stop the voting. The 38-year-old man was taken into custody without incident. Voting was delayed for 30 minutes, but continued afterwards. Well, the big picture of statewide wins in many ways begins with Dane County.
There is no other county like it in the state with the same combination of voting enthusiasm and high Democratic margins.
Our Naomi Coles will be breaking down data like this for us all evening long. She joins us now live with more. Naomi?
Yeah, right off the top, I want to talk about Dane County expected turnout right now. We know from the Dane County clerk that they are expecting at least 85% turnout. That is huge. So things we look at when looking at election results, maps over the last decade in Wisconsin, 2012 to 2020. It's that Dane County can make or break an election for both Democrats or Republicans. So here's what I mean by that. So first, this is the Obama win in 2012. 304,000 votes in total cast in the county. This is 2018 governor's race, 294,000 votes cast in the county. And typically, midterm turnout is lower than a presidential election. But here's the numbers I really want to focus on. 2016 presidential election. 309,000 votes cast 6 years ago now in 2016 compared to 344,000 votes 4 years later in 2020. That's 35,000 votes difference when Democrats are excited about a candidate. Clinton was running in 2016, Biden in 2020. That's the difference. Most of those 35,000 extra going to Democrats in 2020. Now, moving on from this, another way to look at this is that I want you to look closer on the numbers on the right here. So this is how many of that pool of votes is actually going to Democrats. Again, back in the Obama era, 2012, it was 71% to 70%. And then finally, 2018 and 2020, it jumps to 75 and 76% of that total vote pool that's going to Democrats. The share of those votes just gets higher and higher. And not only that, we're also the fastest growing county in Wisconsin, which means hundreds of thousands turning out to vote. Even more so than it would be 2 years ago, just based on that growth. So in a state where elections are decided by 20, 30,000 votes, that matters. Obviously, Dane County is not the only factor here. Keep tuning in throughout the night as I explain where to watch statewide and who may decide the election.
Some impressive numbers, Naomi. Thank you. Both of the candidates running for governor in Wisconsin cast their ballots today.
Our Tahalil Moedin is outside the Evers headquarters in downtown Madison tonight, and Armand Rahman is live with the Tim Michels campaign at the Italian Community Center in Milwaukee.
But first, this was Governor Evers this morning, along with the First Lady, voting at the Maple Bluff Village Center in Madison. The governor told us he's feeling good in this election day and is encouraging everyone to get out to vote.
I think people are saying we trust our system, we're going to vote, and we're going to make it happen. So that gives me great pleasure. I hope we have the largest turnout ever. Do I think that helps us? Yes. But more importantly, it helps the people inside that they get the idea that Gableman is wrong and what they've been doing is right.
Local elections officials say turnout is everything today. You may remember we saw an historic turnout back when Governor Evers was elected to his first term in 2018. Evers admitted this will likely be a very close race and results could take us late into the night or even tomorrow.
That won't stop a lot of supporters from turning out in Madison tonight to show their support.
Tahil Moladin is live in downtown Madison, where the governor's watch party will start in a few hours. Tahil?
That's right. It's still pretty quiet on State Street right now with the Tony Evers campaign hoping for what will be a celebration tonight. Now, the watch party is being held at the Orpheum Theater. That's about a block from here. It's the same place the campaign held their watch party back in 2018 when Tony Evers first beat former Governor Scott Walker and stepped into the state's highest office. Now, in anticipation for Evers' arrival, the Orpheum's marquee has been changed to the campaign slogan, "Doing Right for Wisconsin." Now, the watch party will officially kick off at 8. That's when the polls close. Now, you can still attend, but you do need to RSVP online, and that event is open to the public. Reporting live for now, Tahil Hadeen, News 3 Now.
Tahil, thank you. Across the aisle, Evers' opponent Tim Michels also casting his ballot in Waukesha County this morning. Michels stopped by the Shaniqua Village Hall in the village of Heartland to make his vote count. The race for governor is considered a dead heat, according to the most recent Marquette Law School poll. Both Governor Evers and Michels are tied at 48% among likely voters in the latest poll. At the voting booth today, though, Michels says he feels great and offered up his first move if he wins the governor's seat tonight.
The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go down to just this side of the Illinois border. We're going to put up that Open for Business sign. The Open for Business sign that Scott Walker had up and Tony Evers took down on his first day. It's time for change. It's time for a leader who's going to respect the Wisconsin economy and put working families of Wisconsin first and always.
Michels told reporters he thinks people are fed up with inflation and crime in Wisconsin. He hopes those factors drum up large tonight's support, especially in the WOW counties that he needs to strongly carry to win tonight.
Michels' watch party tonight is in Milwaukee. Our Armand Rahman is at the Italian Community Center near the lakefront. Armand?
Yeah, like you said, guys, I'm outside the Italian Community Center in Milwaukee's historic 3rd Ward as security does a swap of all the media equipment inside. Dozens of stations are inside, including from the state and from national, all here to see who is elected to win the Wisconsin's battleground state tonight. And security around the venue is also high. I counted at least 5 State Patrol squad cars parked in a fenced part of the parking lot here. Now, Michels has come under fire this past week after he said at a campaign rally, quote, "Republicans will never lose another election in Wisconsin after I'm governor," end quote. The Trump-endorsed candidate has said maybe the 2020 election was stolen. So eyes are on what Michels will say and do once those numbers start coming in after polls close tonight at 8 p.m. And we'll be here all night to bring you the latest. For now, live in Milwaukee, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
Armand, thank you. The other major race that everybody in the state is covering is Ron Johnson versus Mandela Barnes for U.S. Senate.
Our McKenna Alexander is at Turner Hall in Milwaukee with the Barnes campaign, and Catherine Merck is at the Best Western in Neenah with the Ron Johnson campaign.
Let's begin with McKenna in Milwaukee. McKenna?
Yeah, as you mentioned, we're here at Turner Hall, right in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, as the Barnes watch party is set to begin at 7:30 with polls closing at 8. So right now it's really just press here, although we did see a Barnes campaign bus pull up a little while ago, drop off some campaign members, and then continue on its way until it gets here. Now tonight, Barnes will be joined by family and supporters as he works to find out if he's beat incumbent Senator Ron Johnson. Now, whenever Barnes was elected back in 2018 as Wisconsin's lieutenant governor, he then went on to announce his senator run in July of 2021. Now, just a few of Barnes' priorities this campaign cycle have been focused on reproductive rights, middle-class tax cuts, and supporting Wisconsin's small businesses. Now, Barnes already voted early, so for him, today really just consists of waiting to see if he's unseat Johnson. But for right now, we'll bring you all the coverage later tonight. We're going to be here during the watch party and into the night. But for right now, live in Milwaukee, McKenna Alexander, News 3 Now.
McKenna, thank you. Incumbent Senator Ron Johnson also casting his ballot this morning in the Fox Valley. Despite Johnson holding a close lead at the moment, he wants to make sure that Republicans get out and vote to send a message to Democrats.
I just want to encourage every Republican to get out and vote. Assume this is a dead even race. I would like to see obviously would like to win. I'd like to win by a wide margin, not for partisan purposes, but literally so that it'll send a very strong signal to our Democrat colleagues that their policies aren't working, that they'll actually work with us to reduce deficit spending, end their war on fossil fuel, get tough on crime, secure the border.
In last week's Marquette Law School poll, Johnson held a slim lead of 50% to Mandela Barnes's 48%. Johnson has held a Wisconsin Senate seat since first winning in 2010.
He bounced back in his last election in 2016 when polls showed him down to Russ Feingold before Election Day. Our Catherine Merck is live with the Johnson campaign tonight in the Fox Valley. Catherine?
We just got inside the Best Western here in Neenah, Wisconsin, where Ron Johnson's election night festivities will begin this evening. Now, nationally, this is being regarded as one of the most crucial Senate races across the country, with both Senator Ron Johnson and Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes unleashing attack ads on each other over the past couple of weeks. Now, things are just getting set up here in Neenah, so make sure to stick with us throughout the evening from all things on the GOP side of the Senate race. Reporting live in Neenah, I'm Catherine Merck with News 3 Now.
Catherine, thank you. The News 3 team will be working until the winners are declared, hopefully later tonight, or maybe who knows how long it might take.
Coverage continues at 5 and 6 with voting turnout and live reports from candidates' headquarters. CBS starts continuous coverage at 7 p.m. and we'll have local cut-ins at 25 and 55 minutes after each hour.
And then starting at 7:30 tonight, we will have live streaming on Channel 3000 and Channel 3000 Plus with live reports, analysis from our political commentators, and the numbers as they come into the newsroom. If you're watching on the air, you'll find the local returns at the bottom of your screen. And then we hope you'll join us tonight at 10. We will have extensive coverage until the winners are declared.
Let's take a look outside. No excuse not to vote in terms of the weather. The weather words: vote, warm, or cold. Could I go with cool? Is that an option?
Unfortunately, Mark, that is not an option for you. You got to choose one. And we're going to be looking at pretty much both of them within the next few days for us. But for tonight, at least for the rest of our election evening, things are going to be rather pleasant for us. Still slightly chilly and slightly on the breezy side, but plenty of sunshine until we start to see some of those clouds building more as we get into the rest of tonight. Now, taking a look at what we're seeing looking ahead, well, temperatures are around 51 degrees right now here in Madison. We're still dealing with some breezier conditions coming in from the southeast, and that's going to continue going into the rest of tonight. And the cloud cover in itself looks to build more as we get into tonight as well, but temperatures will be stable into the mid-40s, so it's not going to be nearly as cold as it has been over the last couple of nights. And though it is dry for us here in southern Wisconsin, our friends to the far northwest are dealing with a bit of some showers developing coming in from Minneapolis over towards northern parts of Wisconsin. And for tonight, we're looking at middle to upper 40s for us here in Dane County, and throughout much of southern Wisconsin, the theme is the same. It's not going to be nearly as cold as it has been over the last couple of nights, but folks, it is going to be a roller coaster week for us. We're going to be dealing with some warm temperatures and then the cold in itself. We're going to break down these impacts for you in just a few moments. Until then, back to you guys.
All right. Thank you, Julian. We'll see you in a few minutes. So what's at stake in Wisconsin as midterm voting continues here?
We'll get analysis and opinion from both sides of the aisle when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, Live at 4.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
New in 2023, iCare Medicare plan members receive an allowance of $150 total per month to spend on items like eligible healthy foods, OTC products, home supplies, wellness care, or living support such as rent, utilities, and internet. All unused monthly funds roll over until the end of the year. If you have Medicare and Medicaid, call us, and a licensed sales agent will help find out if you're eligible. Rest easy. iCare is looking out for you and your health.
There will always be bumps in the road, but we got guts, America. We got freedom. We got power. We got future. So let's drive on and make the future we want to see together, because your new Ford vehicle is just the start of a journey. So stop by your Ford dealer today and claim one of the thousands of new Ford trucks and SUVs on their way. We've been building this country for 119 years, but we're just getting started.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes. I'd like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member oh yes. Certainly. You know we got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow.
I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4Imprint, for certain.
You didn't live this strong, this long, to get put on the shelf like a porcelain doll. But 1 out of 2 women over 50 will suffer a fracture from osteoporosis. You should know you can build new bone with Evenity for postmenopausal women with osteoporosis at high risk for fracture. Ask your doctor if you can do more than just slowing down bone loss with Evenity. Want stronger bones? Then build new bone. Evenity can help in just 12 months. Evenity is proven to reduce spine fracture risk by 73%.
Evenity can increase risk of heart attack, stroke, or death from a cardiovascular problem. Do not take Evenity if you have low blood calcium or are allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions and low blood calcium have occurred. Tell your doctor about jawbone problems, as they have been reported with Evenity, or about pain in your hip, groin, or thigh, as unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred.
Don't let a break put you on a shelf. Talk to your doctor about building new bone with Evenity.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Welcome back, everyone. As millions of working Americans are probably making their selections for open enrollment this fall, changes from the Internal Revenue Service now allow them to sock more money away in their flexible spending and health savings accounts next year. Next year, in 2023, employees can save as much as $3,050 in their FSA. That is a 7% increase, while the limit on the amount workers can put into their HSA will go up as much as 6.2%.
Stocks rally as Wall Street awaits election results. The Dow Industrials gained 333 points, closing at 33,160. The NASDAQ added 51. The S&P 500 was up 21. Well, after a long and chaotic campaign season, Election Day finally here.
That's right. The polls are open another 4 hours until 8 p.m. tonight. Voters, as you know, are casting ballots in key races that will decide the balance of power in Congress.
And we are preparing for a big night ahead. Brandon Schultz from the Capital Group and the executive director of the Wisconsin Democracy Campaign, Matt Rothschild, will be with us all night long watching all of this. Yeah. Gentlemen, welcome back. Good to see you.
Welcome back. Good to see you both.
Nice to see you all.
The turnout today is big. What does that tell you?
Well, turnout in Dane County being big is great news for Democrats and progressives, because in Dane County and Milwaukee County, Democrats get more than 25% of their total vote. So if the turnout is huge here, Democrats are smiling.
Turnout in Milwaukee, though, can vary, especially in a midterm. And is that another area that is going to be critical for the Democrats tonight?
That will be critical too, but I'm hearing there's large turnout among Latinos and African Americans and Asian Americans and young people. So if all that pans out, I think we're going to have a real close race all the way to the end tonight.
Brandon, your thoughts on that?
You know, there are almost 700,000 early ballots cast too. I think that's significant. That's a little higher than what we usually see. It's tough to read that in terms of where they come. I don't know if there's anything that said one party or the other had an advantage there, but it's a good sign that turnout is as high as it is if Dane County had to order some more ballots. So we haven't heard much around the rest of the states. There are some places where people are walking up in 5 minutes and they're voting. Other places are waiting an hour. So, you know, like Matt said, it's a good thing to have people vote. Everybody wants to have their side win, but it's important that we're going to see some turnout tonight that's probably pretty good size. The estimate was 2.7 million is what people were kind of peddling as the number. It could be a little higher than that.
Yeah, wow.
And like Susan said, I mean, I'm encouraging people to go out and vote if they haven't voted yet. Yep. Polls are open till 8.
That's right.
You can register today. We still have same-day registration in Wisconsin, so all you got to do is bring an ID and a proof of residency, and you can vote.
And coat, mittens, and high tops.
Of course, we're watching the governor's race and the Senate race and the lieutenant governor's race, but A lot of these assembly races are, I mean, let's talk about the supermajority first of all. What is that?
So that will mean that if one party who has the majority in their body has 2/3 of the majority, and the governor vetoes a bill, they need 2/3 of their majority to override that veto. So that's important. So if both houses have supermajorities or veto-proof majorities, and the governor vetoes the bill they passed, it goes into law.
Yeah.
So unless you could take it to court and sue, which is also another remedy, you could see that. Now, we'll watch tonight on the Senate side especially, because there's about 5 races around the state that will determine whether or not Republicans can win enough seats to get the supermajority.
It seems perhaps likely in the Senate, but the House might be a different story.
Yeah, in the Assembly, Republicans would have to flip 5 seats. That seems unlikely, but still within the realm of the possible. And if they get the supermajority, the Republicans both in the Assembly and the Senate, even if Governor Evers wins re-election, the Republicans are going to be able to ram through their agenda and pass any bill they want. And the governor vetoes it, so what? They'll override the veto.
And how could redistricting possibly affect the outcome?
Well, I mean, Robin Vos gerrymandered the map here in Wisconsin even worse than he did in 2011, and so they've constructed a map that makes it easier for Republicans to get that supermajority.
And if Michaels wins, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. I mean, you would expect that, you know, the executive branch and the Republican control of the legislature, they'd sit down and have a similar agenda. They're probably going to have some disagreements on what they want to do first, second, and third, and how far one may want to go to the other. That's a whole nother story. You know, there's Evers in the Republicans legislature, Michaels in the Republicans legislature. You have the Attorney General that's out there. So there's a lot of variants that are going to come into play no matter who wins. And so, you know, I know some will say, well, if it's Michaels and the Republicans, that's just going to be a cakewalk and they're going to do everything they can. It may be. You never know. I mean, there's going to be over 20 new people in the legislature, in the Assembly alone. And you see some divisions already in terms of, you know, who wants to go to what side. Are they going to focus on this issue or that? There's so much that's going to come after tomorrow. By the time we get to January and everybody puts their hand on the book and gets sworn in, that you're going to see all sorts of things in play. Tonight's just the start.
The first act, as it were. Has the former president, Donald Trump, had any impact on this race?
Well,
the governor's race especially?
He had a tremendous impact in the primary. I mean, he helped Michaels win over Rebecca Clayfish, and I thought Rebecca Clayfish was done bad by Donald Trump and by the Club for Growth that threw $5 million into attack ads against Rebecca Clayfish. This was a conservative outside group that usually just went after Democrats and went after Rebecca Clayfish. So, yeah, without Trump's endorsement, without that support from the outside groups, I don't think Michaels would have won the nomination. Trump hasn't been here that often since, so you know, he's not playing a huge role right now, but the endorsement helped Michaels get there.
But Michaels sort of walked away from that endorsement after the primary. Didn't seem to mention it much.
Yeah, you've seen that in a lot of states. You see here in Wisconsin, amongst lots of candidates, the Trump impact. I don't know how much it's going to have today once we get said and done. There's certainly will be places in the state up north on the western side of the state that the Trump voter will have an impact, especially the 3rd congressional district. But as we see in other states, you know, people have backed off, candidates have backed off. Trump's gone to a couple of states to do some rallies. So I think we'll watch some of those states just to see if that turned or if it had no impact.
It's going to be a fun night.
Exciting night.
Could be a long night, too. Could be a long night. All right, we'll see you back here. We're going to be on OTT starting at 7:30, so, and then we'll be on the air at Channel 3.
OTT just means online. The digital
Channel
coverage.
3000.
Yeah.
All
Little
right.
inside baseball.
Jenny, thank you.
Great to see you. We'll see you all night long.
Our election coverage will continue today with our political reporter, Will Keneally.
The race for governor is tied, according to polls, but some forecasts add other factors that show a different story. We'll talk to Will about that coming up.
So with a Planet Fitness Black Card, I'll get a post-workout glow like that guy.
Everybody knows that you need to glow.
And I get a free Amazon Halo to track my fitness and sleep.
Get the PF Black Card for 0 enrollment, $24.99 a month, and get a free Amazon Halo View. Ends November 15th.
Attention homeowners in Madison and South Central Wisconsin. Introducing an innovative flooring product so beautiful, so easy to clean, you'll have to see it to believe it. Renuity Advanced Floor Coatings can take your old, cracked, dusty concrete floor from ordinary to extraordinary in as little as 1 day. With endless styles and color combinations, you'll be floored by the end result. And ask about our garage storage systems for keeping your space organized. Now take advantage of our fall savings event. Receive 50% off installation of Renuity Advanced Floor Coatings. That's half off installation with payments as low as $59 per month. Senior and military discounts. Plus, call during this program for a free $50 Home Depot gift card with your free in-home estimate. Throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-888-8537. That's 608-888-8537.
Okay, everyone, our mission is complete balanced nutrition. Together, we support immune function, supply fuel for immune cells, and sustain tissue health.
Ensure with 25 vitamins and minerals, and Ensure Complete with 30 grams of protein.
Hi, I'm Tim O'Brien, owner of The Healthy Place. I'm excited to tell you about our new Wild Theory CBD products that will get you high fives from everyone you know. Wild Theory's new groundbreaking formula has higher levels of the good stuff, and it packs surprising results. Is it legal in Wisconsin? Of course. Is it potent? You bet. Will you love it? I'm sure of it. Stop by one of our Madison locations or visit findyourhealthyplace.com, type in high five, and our website will hook you up.
Get ready for the rock and roll ride of your life with the final tour of Winter Dance Party, a tribute to Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper. Saturday, November 19th, presented by the Friends of the Performing Arts Center in Middleton. Tickets available online now.
So with a Planet Fitness Black Card, I'll get a post-workout glow like that guy.
Everybody knows that you need the glow.
And I get a free Amazon Halo to track my fitness and sleep.
Get the PF Black Card for zero enrollment, $24.99 a month, and get a free Amazon Halo View. Ends November 15th.
Take a look at this, a spectacular sight. A pod of orcas spotted off the coast of Puget Sound in Washington Monday afternoon. In the video, you can see about 7 or 8 whales breaching in and out of the ocean. Our affiliate in Seattle gathered these great helicopter shots of the beautiful marine animals.
Oh, that is incredible to see. Look at that.
I've never seen them like line up like that.
No,
before.
I never have either.
I think they migrate around that area.
Oh, okay.
They're probably heading south.
Good eating, apparently.
Not them.
Yeah, no.
Don't eat the orcas, please.
No.
I had some people, we were waiting in a pretty long line to vote today, and everyone was in really good spirits, and somebody said, hey, at least it could be snowing.
It could be snowing, right. And that's the good thing about it. We're not looking at snow just yet, but there are some surprises that may make us a little happy, but also a little, chilly.
Oh,
so,
we
something for everybody.
We hate when you say surprises.
And well, we got to talk about this roller coaster of a forecast coming up after the break.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Schwab, General Surgeon at Stoughton Health. If you suffer from bothersome or painful spider veins or varicose veins, please join us for our upcoming seminar where you can learn what new procedures may be able to help you.
Transform your garage into a beautiful extension of your home with Renuity Advanced Floor Coatings. Our cutting-edge concrete floor coating process provides a stunning showroom quality appearance.
It made the garage so much cleaner than what it was before.
It's amazing. Everything's clean.
Renuity Advanced Floor Coatings resist cracks, stains, oil, moisture, and chemical damage. Installed in as little as just 1 day. Plus, complete the transformation with a new garage storage system. Call now. It's our fall savings event. Receive 50% off installation of Renuity Advanced Floor Coatings with payments as low as $59 per month. Plus, call during this program for a free $50 Home Depot gift card with in-home estimate. Throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-888-8537. That's 608-888-8537.
Did you know that Wisconsin Vision offers telehealth eye exams?
I just scheduled my telehealth eye exam easily on their website. Once in store, a tech helps get me started and then pre-checks my eyes. See my eye on the screen? Then I have my telehealth eye exam virtually with a licensed optometrist on the TV.
Everything looks great, Kate. You're going to love your new prescription.
Ask us about our $59 eye exam. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
Like an eagle protects his head.
We all need a rock we can rely on. To be strong. To overcome anything. To be unstoppable. That's why millions rely on the strength and financial guidance of Prudential to achieve their dreams. Who's your rock?
If you suffer from bothersome spider veins or painful varicose veins, please contact us at Stoughton Health to learn about what new procedures may be able to help you. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Now, we have a mixed bag of what we're going to be seeing throughout the next few days for us here in southern Wisconsin and for much of the Midwest. So let's go ahead and get the show rolling for us. We had cooler conditions today, but it was a bit milder than it was yesterday. We were looking at the 50s for us is where we topped out, as we had a weak warm advection that lifted into the southern parts of Wisconsin. That brought us into the 50s, so it was rather pleasant for today, but cloud cover was really the big story for us and the breezier conditions. However, we are looking at rain over towards our friends to the west from Minnesota, to Iowa in itself, but what we're going to be watching for is the change coming in from these systems into the far Great Plains that are going to start to roll their way into southern Wisconsin and for much of the Midwest. That is going to be bringing us some robust changes as we get along throughout the rest of the week. So as of right now, we're not going to be looking at precipitations, rather dry. A couple of clouds are lingering for us as we're getting ready for the rest of our sunset here in southern Wisconsin, but we can see our friends to the far northwest are getting a bit of rain just outside of Minneapolis. But one thing we're going to be watching for is going to be going into our Thursday afternoon into Thursday night. Our friends just west of Dane County are going to be under a marginal risk, which is level 1 out of 5 of potentially seeing some severe storms starting to fire up for us. So that's one thing we're going to be watching for. But if you haven't gone out and voted just yet, just note, if you're heading to the polls, it's going to be a little chilly. We're going to see temperatures into the 40s, and sky cover in itself is going to clear out before it starts to build once again as we get into the rest of tonight. Temperatures will fall to around 44 degrees for us here in Madison and 49 in Janesville with 50 degrees for Platteville. So it's not going to be as cold as it has been in the last couple of nights, but as we walk through what we're going to be seeing overnight, well, cloud cover in itself is really going to build as we get into our Wednesday morning. A couple of spot-up showers are possible, but it's mainly going to be north of Dane County, but then it's going to be breezy as you're heading out the door for our Wednesday morning. Wednesday afternoon, we're still going to be dealing with cloud cover blanketing southern Wisconsin, but with that warmer air starting to lift its way into southern Wisconsin, we're going to see temperatures into the lower 60s by lunchtime, and once we get into the 5 p.m. commutes, we're going to see middle to lower 60s throughout much of southern Wisconsin. So it's going to be a mild day for us. Cloud cover is going to clear once we get into our Wednesday night, but take note, we are seeing temperatures not really going to be falling out of the lower 60s or even the upper 50s for us as we transition into our Thursday morning. So it is going to be mild to start, breezy to start, and on top of it, we're going to be watching for developments of showers and even thunderstorms coming into our Thursday afternoon, and especially for our Thursday night, where that time frame is going to be the best time we're going to be looking for any storms to start to fire up. Not a lot of rainfall totals for us here in Dane County, but to the west and to the north is where we're going to be looking at the best chance for us to see some rain. So it's going to be a bit of a roller coaster, but just note we are looking for our best chance to see rain coming in for our Thursday. So make sure that you have your rain gear ready to go, but also bring out the winter coats, because once we get into Friday, it's going to be cold, cold, cold as 30s. Hold on to our forecast, guys.
That's a big change.
Quite. It is definitely a drop.
All right, Julian, thank you. Well, clerks predicted a high turnout, and certainly in Madison and Dane County, that prediction has been correct.
The city of Madison has more than 100 polling places, and some have been busy all day. Others have been hit and miss throughout the day. Our Andrew Banstra is live tonight from a polling place at Elver Park on Madison's west side. Andrew?
Yeah, that's exactly right. We're here with Eric Knepp, the chief inspector at this polling place. Eric, tell me, what have you seen so far today that has been maybe different from other years?
I think we're getting used to some processing absentees at heavy levels, and it's going very smoothly. Voter lines have been very limited, but good turnout, lots of happy voters, and I think a pretty smooth process.
And still some time to get out to the polls here tonight even, right?
Absolutely. If you are, you can register at the polls. You can come visit us. Lines are pretty limited or pretty low. Shouldn't take too long to come in and exercise your civic duty. And it's pretty simple, smooth process.
A lot of absentee ballots to process still?
Not a lot left here at this location. We've processed over 400 so far today, and we have another 60 to 70 more to go.
Awesome. We'll be bringing you these live reports all night. For now, back to you in the studio.
Andrew, thank you. We'll check back. It is Election Day, of course, and it's expected to be a late night. The races here in Wisconsin expected to be extremely close.
The race for governor is tied according to the most recent polls, but some forecasts, which add other factors, show a different story. Political reporter Will Keneally is here with us. He's going to break some of that down and be with us throughout the night. Hi, Will.
Hi. Yeah, that's right. So, Susan, it caused some confusion when Sabado's crystal ball moved Wisconsin's governor race from a toss-up to lean Republican, especially since the Marquette poll continued to show a tied race for governor. But we spoke with one of the editors of Sabado's crystal ball. He says that he just had to make a call in the race and that they see other factors possibly benefiting Republicans.
Basically, when I see a tied poll from Marquette, I just look at what the national environment is, and it's probably going to be a little more leaning towards the Republicans.
So he says this is reminiscent of how the race looked in 2018. So in that case, it was the midterms during the Trump era, and Democrats had a good year up and down the ballot. Even in that race, the Evers-Walker election was very close. So we're expecting some of these national trends to play out right here in Wisconsin.
Yeah, the polling is very similar to the last election, and I think the winner was but 1.1 percentage points to decide the winner. For people who may not know, what is Sabado's crystal ball?
Right, so that's center at the University of Virginia, kind of like a forecasting kind of political guru, almost like our La Follette School here, if that's a good analogy for folks at home.
Okay, so this is a good year for Republicans. What would we expect to see here in Wisconsin?
So there are kind of three top races essentially for Republicans. So we have Ron Johnson on the ballot, we have Tim Michels in the governor's race, and then up in the 3rd Congressional District, Western Wisconsin, the La Crosse area, we have Derek Van Orden running for an open seat there. So a good year for Republicans would see all of them elected. But if we compare the three, Tim Michels running for governor actually has the tightest race. So if any one of those three are most likely to lose, it would be Tim Michels there.
And what about on the Democratic side?
Yeah, so good year for Democrats. They kind of have an uphill battle here in Wisconsin. So the best position for the Democrats would be Evers winning in the governor's race. If you look at that 3rd Congressional District in Western Wisconsin, Democrats have roughly a 1 in 7 chance of winning. So even a close race there could spell a good year for Democrats just in the state broadly.
So if people are watching the coverage tonight, what indicators should you look for that would be a good night for the Republicans or Democrats?
Yeah, so the one that I'm really looking forward to here is New Hampshire, for example. The U.S. Senate race there could be a key pickup for Republicans trying to retake the U.S. Senate. We'll also see, just because it's on the East Coast, they're an hour earlier, right? We'll just see those returns come in a little bit sooner. So that could be a good bellwether of kind of where the nation is broadly and then how that will impact Wisconsin here.
And what are the states you think will be keeping us up late tonight?
Definitely, I think Wisconsin.
Wisconsin?
Yes,
and
absolutely.
Pennsylvania probably too, right?
I think so, yeah.
Because I think in Pennsylvania, they don't open the absentee ballots until today, just like we do.
Right, exactly. So
all right,
it'll be
get
a late
some
night
coffee.
for us all. Yes,
all right.
Indeed.
We'll see you soon. Thank you, Will.
Thanks, Will.
Coming up next year on Live at 4, Consumer Reports helps us protect our expensive phones from dings and damages.
And then coming up tonight at 5, we'll continue to break down the election races with our all-star reporter cast. We're live from all of the locations across Wisconsin. That's coming up at 5.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
They can't get over the garage. It's no other word for it. It's always a wow factor. There's no other word for it.
Your garage will be the talk of the neighborhood with Renewity Advanced Floor Coatings, the long-lasting layer of protection that brings your concrete floors to life. Easy to clean and low maintenance, backed with a lifetime guarantee and our product and labor warranty. We install in as little as 1 day and ask about our garage storage systems. Visit online at renewitycoatings.com and call now. It's our fall savings event. Receive 50% off installation of Renewity Advanced Floor Coatings with payments as low as $59 per month, senior and military discounts. Plus, call during this program for a free $50 Home Depot gift card with your in-home estimate. Throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-888-8537. That's 608-888-8537.
Take 11% off everything now at Menards. The Masterforce 9-gallon wet and dry vacuum is the perfect companion for any shop or job site and is now 11% off. The Masterforce low-profile 3-ton floor jack has dual hydraulic pistons and a versatile lift range. Its high maximum lift capability and low profile make it a valuable addition to your garage tool collection. All Masterforce floor jacks are 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Habitat Restore is full of great finds at great prices for a great cause. With a unique inventory of high-quality, low-cost goods, you can save money and feel good about your purchase. Shop Restore Dane County today.
Non-attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms. If you or a loved one were stationed at Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987 and were later diagnosed with cancer, Parkinson's disease, or other serious health effects, call right now.
Call 1-800-336-0524.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC will always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
Coming up at 5, we'll talk with voters about the issues that matter most to them and give you updates on wait times at polling places.
Unseasonably mild weather over the next 2 days will probably result in records being set on Thursday. A cold front Thursday night will bring in colder than normal weather for the end of the week. I'll let you know how mild it'll be at 5.
And ahead at 6 o'clock, I am following the maps closely, tracking where Democrats and Republicans have to do well in order to pull out statewide wins tonight at 6 o'clock.
Here's a live look at downtown Madison as the sun sets on this election day. 51 degrees. Get out and vote. No excuse. Perfect. If you bought a new phone in the past few years, you might have spent $1,000 or more for the latest Apple or Samsung models.
Considering how much they cost, it makes sense to protect them with a good case.
Leah Lynchide in Consumer Reports explains what to look for to protect your pricey device.
A phone case is the cheapest form of insurance you can buy.
With new top-of-the-line phones often costing more than $1,000, a phone case should be a no-brainer.
Well, the phone itself looks pretty good, but, you know, I drop it like multiple times a day.
And Consumer Reports says you can get a good case for under $30. Just make sure it has these features.
A raised edge around the front to protect the front screen. Around the camera housing in the back, another raised look. You want it to be like tight-fitting with padding on the edges.
You want that tight fit to keep the case in place should you drop your phone. And because phone makers often change their phone designs ever so slightly, you'll likely need a new case every time you get a new phone. Even better, choose a phone that scores a 4 or 5 in CR's intense durability tests, which include the drop test performed on phones without cases.
We drop the phone 50 times. We check the phone for any scratches or damage, and then we drop it another 50 times.
The best phones make it out of the tumbler with just a few scuffs or scratches. More tips for choosing a phone case. Buyer beware. There are plenty of knockoffs out there, so know who you're buying it from. Be wary of online reviews. Many of them don't tell you how the case withstands the test of time. And finally, look for a warranty. For instance, OtterBox and Spec both offer good options. For News 3 Now, this is Leah Lynchide.
All right.
Try not to drop it. That's the biggest
Several
thing.
times a day.
Yeah.
There's more to come at 4UW Health's Dr. Jeff Potoff joins us for his weekly segment.
The flu is starting to take hold. Is there still time to get a flu shot? We'll talk about that and more when Live at 4 continues.
Let's face it, your garage is probably one of the dirtiest spaces in your home. From concrete dust and stains to cracks in the floor, it can be quite unappealing. That's where Renuity Advanced Floor Coatings can help. We can transform your garage from a storage room into your favorite room with our durable weatherproof concrete coatings. With several floor and flake colors available, and it's perfect for patios, decks, and pool areas too. Easy to clean and backed with a lifetime guarantee. Call during our fall savings event. You'll save with 50% off installation and payments as low as $59 per month. Senior and military discounts. Plus, ask about garage storage systems for easy organization. And it's your last chance to call during this program for a free $50 Home Depot gift card with your free in-home estimate. Throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-888-8537. That's 608-888-8537.
Habush attorneys are the best of what a personal injury attorney is about.
To get the most money for your case, you need to have a law firm that's unrelenting.
We will fight with all that we have in person power, in knowledge and experience to bring about the result they deserve.
I can't give them their life back how it was, but I can give them the financial compensation to get their life back on track.
There will always be bumps in the road, but we got guts, America. We got freedom. We got power. We got future. So let's drive on and make the future we want to see together. Because your new Ford vehicle is just the start of a journey. So stop by your Ford dealer today and claim one of the thousands of new Ford trucks and SUVs on their way. We've been building this country for 119 years, but we're just getting started.
When the hands that do the fixing need fixing. When the hands that do the caring need caring. That's a job for O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream and guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes. I'd like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member oh yes. Certainly. You know we got some brand new woohoo!
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow.
I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4Imprint, for certain.
Well, a quick update on our traffic. The good news is if you haven't voted just yet and you need to use the Beltline, well, it's rather smooth as we're getting into close to the 5 o'clock hour for us. Some of the residential roads are a bit slower, especially into the downtown area, but overall, things are still rather smooth along the Beltline, which is great news, especially since we don't have any weather impacts for us going into the rest of this evening. And the interstate is pretty much the same thing, all green for us, and we're looking at normal timing for us to get from point A to point B throughout the areas listed on your screen. That's going to do it for our traffic. Go ahead and toss it back to you guys.
Julian, thank you. Chris Evans may have put down his Captain American shield, but he's got a new badge of honor. He's been named People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive. My mom is so happy, he told the magazine, for his cover story, which hits newsstands on Friday. Other past honorees include John Legend, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Idris Elba, and Channing Tatum.
Yes.
So there you have it. Believe it or not, there are other things going on in the Madison area besides politics.
Yeah, that's true. The pandemic is still with us, unfortunately. New COVID hotspots are emerging, particularly in the Northeast.
Nearly every state in the country is seeing an increase in COVID and flu cases, and it's still very early in the season. UW Health Chief Quality Officer, Dr. Jeff Potoff, back with us. So these... Welcome, first of all.
Yeah. Hi, Dr. Potoff.
How are you
Good to
guys?
see you.
Good. Do these increases in numbers surprise you at all?
No, this is kind of following that same story that we saw during the pandemic. So typically cases start to go up in Europe, France, Great Britain. That happened. A month later, so we start to see cases hit Northeast United States. That's starting to happen. And then they'll do Midwest and they'll get over to the West Coast. So I think, within the next month or two, we're likely to see increased COVID cases just like they're seeing on the East Coast.
But not a huge wave.
Not a huge wave like we're talking like Delta or Omicron surges. I think when a lot of people are vaccinated, they got some immunity. But to see increased cases increase from where they're at right now, that would be expected.
Well, and we've always paid attention to hospitalizations and COVID deaths, and they are both declining, right?
Yeah, so those COVID deaths, that's like the lagging measure. So the typical way it goes is first you'll see an increase in positive tests, you'll see these increased cases, then you'll maybe see hospitalizations go up a little bit after that, and then after that you'll see deaths go up, and then it reverses the same way. So, you know, cases have been down for a long time, hospitalizations had been getting a little bit lower, and now we're seeing that tail end of deaths decreasing. If we do see more cases, it's not unreasonable to think that those deaths will go up a little bit again, but hopefully not at the same rate that they did earlier in the pandemic. We're better able to treat patients with COVID this far into it.
Let's talk about the flu. It's hitting the southeast.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, early we were looking at Australia, it didn't look good, and now it's here in the United States. If you look at the southeast United States, Tennessee, Georgia, Arkansas, they're having really high flu numbers, kind of like record-setting, kind of worst in the last 10 years. Sooner or later, that's going to come to Wisconsin. Right now, it's not too bad here, but the message there is if you haven't yet found time to go get your flu shot, this is going to be a really good year to go get it.
Do you need to do it soon, or why should you do it soon?
I would do it soon because it takes, like the COVID vaccine, a couple weeks for that protection to kick in. So you want to make sure you get your flu shot and your immunity against this strain is at its highest when you start seeing cases increase in Wisconsin. That gives you the best chance of either not getting sick or, if you do get flu, decreasing the severity of those symptoms.
And our bodies haven't been exposed to the flu virus because we've been masked up and staying 6 feet apart from each other, so we're not immune to it.
No, and we have, like, most of us will have residual immunity from when, you know, we did have flu seasons, but it's been a while since we had a flu season. We've all been masked up, and every time the flu comes around, it's just a little bit different. There's variants, as you would say, so it's good to get these vaccines that better match the variant that's going to come and hit us this year than to rely solely on your past experiences with flu.
And this one's a good match?
So far, it seems like it's a good match.
Good news.
That is good news.
Yeah.
Jeff, see you next week?
Next week.
All right. Stay well. Well, final check your forecast coming up.
So with a Planet Fitness Black Card, I'll get a post-workout glow like that guy.
Everybody knows that you need to glow.
And I get a free Amazon Halo to track my fitness and sleep.
Get the PF Black Card for 0 enrollment, $24.99 a month, and get a free Amazon Halo View. Ends November 15th.
Eyes require a certain kind of care. As a family-owned optical company for over 40 years, Wisconsin Vision knows firsthand just how important your eyes are. That's why our doctors and staff are highly skilled and passionate in their roles. It's why our centers offer a large selection of eyewear suitable for all lifestyles, and it's why our lens lab is state-of-the-art, conveniently located right here in Wisconsin. Ask about $100 off a complete pair, frame and lenses. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
Fry Construction wants to thank you for once again voting us Best of Madison 3 years running with 27% off gutters or insulation. Your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best of Madison 3 years in a row. Experience the Best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Save 27% off gutters or insulation with any full roof replacement project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
The upcoming holidays are hectic enough without having to worry about appliances breaking down. Family-owned Brothers Maine is having a Veterans Day sale featuring kitchen and laundry deals on GE appliances. The lowest prices guaranteed. Feel like family. Brothers Maine.
So with a Planet Fitness Black Card, I'll get a post-workout glow like that guy.
Everybody knows that you need to glow.
And I get a free Amazon Halo to track my fitness and sleep.
Get the PF Black Card for 0 enrollment, $24.99 a month, and get a free Amazon Halo View. Ends November 15th.
New at 5, record numbers here at the polls. We'll talk with voters about the issues that matter most to them and give you updates on wait times. Next at 5.
News 3 Now's Call for Action team gets results.
We're taking action for you.
Nearly 700 cases closed, more than $500,000 recovered, and we're not finished yet. When you need help, call for action only on News 3 Now.
We're going to close things out with 3 things you'll need to know. We're looking at a midweek run at 70 degrees warming up for us by the time we get into our Thursday, which is also going to be prompting us to see some widespread thunderstorms and potentially even some rainfall as we get into our Thursday afternoon and for Thursday nights. But as that cold front approaches, we are looking at a significant drop in temperatures, which will be very winter-like for us. And just for a visual representation, we're looking at 30, starting from Friday, which would be for Veterans Day, throughout much, if not all, of next week. The cold has returned, guys.
All right. Mid-November, it should, I guess.
And then reality set in.
Tomorrow here on Live at 4, our political expert, Professor Charles Franklin, wraps up the midterm elections, we hope.
And Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company will be along to answer your plant and garden questions live. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angels Senior Living Community is built on a foundation of authentic, local care. A framework for living well. Windows to take in the beautiful future. And is crowned by the pride that one's home is one's castle. This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angel Community. Independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living. Built with the help of angels.
The holidays can be a busy time of year. Well, I'm going to let you in on my gifting secret for a stress-free holiday season. Nothing says happy holidays like a gift you make yourself. Just add those personal touches to really make it special. And you don't have to be a professional to spread holiday cheer.
Gifting has never been easier with holiday scratch games from the Wisconsin Lottery. With prices ranging from $1 to $20, they're available now at Wisconsin Lottery retailers.
Yum, yum!
Leaves give way to snow. Midwestern winters bring rough weather and high energy bills. Feldco's here to help with our biggest sale of the season. 50% off windows, no money down, and no interest until 2024. Winter's right around the corner, and the clock is ticking.
50% off windows ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Hello, I'm Roman Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. As a locally owned and operated funeral home, it's important to know that not all funeral homes are the same. Some other Madison area funeral homes are actually owned by corporations based outside of the United States. A corporately owned funeral home is focused on the bottom line, making services more costly. We have served local families for more than 80 years, and our priority is investing in the community and your family. In your time of need, Ryan Funeral Homes are here for you.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
In today's Final Touch, are you in the market for a T-Rex skull?
Well, then you're in luck. A Tyrannosaurus Rex skull that bears marks of a nasty fight with another dinosaur is expected to sell for $15 million or more at auction in New York next month. Sotheby's says the T-Rex skull, which was excavated in South Dakota in 2021, is being sold by an owner who wishes to remain anonymous. The dinosaur died 76 million years ago and was recently been named Maximus. Scientists aren't sure what happened to the rest of this T-Rex's body, but the fact that it's only the skull is available is no problem. 2 large puncture holes in the skull are evidence of a big fight, probably with another T-Rex, but it's not known if that battle caused his death. Got room for that, Susan?
Sure.
All right, $15 million. That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.